I'm going to start working from right side view. So click View Controls, select right, work on parallel projection. Now I'm going to draw a line. Click anywhere on the screen. Move to your right for 86 units. And downward from this point to this point is 100. I'm just gonna track an in point. I'm gonna use polyline from the draw panel and draw a line from in point downward for 7.3 and to the left for 5 units, and downward from this point to this point is 4.3 and to the right for 5 units, downward for 5.7, to the left for 5, 4.3 again downward, and just click that perpendicular point, downward for 5.7, 5 again, 4.3 downward, and click that perpendicular point, and 1, 2, 3, and go downward for 68.4. Now I can delete this one and delete the line here because this is just a guide. And the thickness of the wall is 8. So what I'm going to do is draw a line. Click that in point and enter 8. And just click that perpendicular point. Now draw another line from midpoint to this point downward. So L for line command, midpoint, and enter 9.5. And there is a line here before I did a fillet for 11.11, and half of that is 5.555. So L for line, click that in point and to your right for 5.555, enter, and move your cursor slightly below the x-axis and press the tab key and enter -15, which is the angle here. Now I'm going to do trim command. So type TR for trim command, enter twice, remove this line, this one, this line, delete that, remove this one, and join the segments by typing J for join command, right click to enter, and just select the whole thing. Now this is one object. I have to apply fillet here, as shown here, this one here and this one. And the radius for that is 6.4. And inside the modify panel, select fillet, go down to the command prompt, click radius option, and enter 6.4 as shown here. Click this line and click this line. Right click to repeat fillet, click this line and click this line. Now revolve this object, enter, and specify axis point. So that point first, and then bring your cursor downward, and as long as it's straight, you can click anywhere and enter 360 degrees. I'm going to change this to 2D wireframe. But before we proceed, go down to the status bar and make sure your dynamic input is on, polar tracking, object snap tracking, object snap, and selection cycling. Now I'm going to draw an arc from this point, which is this one here, to this point. So go to the ribbon, click this drop down arrow, and select Start and Radius option. Click this quadrant and this quadrant and enter 80 as shown here. Draw a line to connect the endpoints of the arc and this one here. I'm just gonna turn off the grid and join these two by typing J for join command. Click this one and that line. Now it's one object. Now extrude this one. So inside the modeling panel, select extrude. Extrude for about 200. I'm gonna change this to X-ray and move this one. Just follow that green dash line, or you can turn on your ortho mode. Now subtract command from the ribbon. Click the object you want to keep, right click and select the object that you don't want. Now I'm gonna bring this drawing to front view because I'm gonna draw a hole here from this point, and the distance of the center of the hole from this corner is 23.4. So I'm gonna bring this to front view, draw a line as a guide from quadrant downward for 23.4. So I'm going to draw a circle with a diameter of 33.8 from this point to this point, and click that in points, which is the center of the circle. And as you can see here, the direction of the circle should be going that way. So what I'm going to do is change the direction of the z-axis vector. So inside the coordinates panel, click Z and click anywhere on the screen and just make sure your z-axis is going that way. I'm going to change this to polar tracking. And then draw a circle now. Click that in point. And as you can see, the diameter for that is 33. So type D for diameter option and enter 33.8. And extrude this one inside. And the distance from here up to here, which is also this one, this point to this point, is 24. So extrude this one towards the center for 24 units. Draw another circle with a diameter of, from this point to this point is 46.8. So C for circle and locate center. Type D for diameter option and enter 46.8. Now extrude the circle. So bring your drawing to front view first. Click this circle and extrude it up to this point. I'm going to change this to shaded with edges. There. Poke a hole through here. But combine this object first and the bigger cylinder. So use union command. Click this object and this cylinder here. Enter. Now use subtract command. Click the object you want to keep. Right click and select this cylinder inside. There. Now I have to draw. See this one here? There's a groove. So to create that indentation, I have to draw another circle. And it has a diameter of 37.8. So circle. From center. Now I have to change the Z-axis vector again. So bring this one to front view. 2D. Z-axis vector should be parallel to the direction of the circle. So C for circle. I know I'm grabbing the center because of that circle sign. And type D for diameter option and enter 37.8. So this one here. So from this point, which is the inside here, I'm gonna move this circle towards the entrance of the hole for 14 units. So click this circle, move. See, it's not moving. I have to change this one. So click this drop down arrow and click this XY plane view. So it means we are facing, see that the Y and this is Z. So to change the X and Y or the UCS, so click this view. So we are facing now the XY plane. Otherwise, our circle is not gonna move in that direction. So select the circle, move, and enter 14. So which is this one here. And the thickness for that is 3. So extrude this one towards that direction for 3. I'm gonna show you with X-ray. So this is the one we created. So what I'm gonna do is use subtract command from the ribbon. Click the object you wanna keep, right click and click this one here. That one, to create a groove. Alright, I'm gonna use conceptual so you could see. Here you go, this one here. Alright, so I'm gonna do or poke a hole here on the other side, but I don't want to go through all that hassle, so I'm just gonna bring this to top view, change this to the wireframe, and go to solid, select slice command, click this object, right click, and just hover from the center, hover over, and then don't click, and move your cursor along the y-axis. Click here and bring it downward. Click and specify a point on the desired side. So click this side that you want to keep. And I'm going to show you what happened here. Now I'm going to bring this to top view and mirror this object from quadrant or from the center, and just bring your cursor downward. As long as it's straight, click anywhere and select no. Now I'm gonna apply union command to combine these two objects. Click this one and click this one. I'm gonna apply this one, indentation. See this rectangle? So I'm gonna change this to 2D wireframe. Bring this to front view or side view. I'm going to draw this rectangle. So use polyline. Click anywhere here and to your right for 39.48. Bring it downward for 40. I'm just gonna track. Click that in point and move this object, and you can see the center of the face here. See that white thingy there? Click and attach it to the guide here. Remember, this was the center when we did the circle. I'm gonna show you using X-ray. See this one here. Now the depth of the indentation is from this point to this point here, which is 4.8. So what I'm gonna do is extrude this one towards the center of the object for 4.8. I'm gonna bring this to front view, mirror this object. So type MI for mirror command, right click to enter, select the object and specify first point of mirror line, shift right click, center here and just bring it downward and select no. Now use subtract command, click the object you want to keep, right click and select this object that you want to subtract. And there you go. I think we are done. I'm just gonna apply fillet. So minimize this one, maximize this one. So go to solid, select fillet edge, select radius option from the command prompt and enter 3, enter and apply fillet here. Enter twice, fillet edge again, radius option and enter 2. Click chain option, click this one here and click this edge here. Enter twice. There you go. And then fillet edge again, radius, enter, click this one, enter twice. I'm going to change the size of my radius. I'm going to change this to realistic so it's easier to see the smoothness of the object. Alright, fillet edge, radius option and enter 0.15, chain, or doesn't matter, just click this edge here, this one, enter twice, right click to repeat fillet edge, click this edge here, this one here, this one and this one, enter twice, same process here, enter twice, now apply materials, type materials and click this arrow here and select steel. I'm gonna use semi-polish and just drag this one and drop it here. Go to visualize, click this drop down arrow here and adjust exposure setting. I think I have to apply fillet here. And enter 2. Chain option from the command prompt. Enter twice. Now that's better. Alright, I think I'm done. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bell icon to get notified. And the next drawing would be the connecting rod. So keep checking my channel for the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.